Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, Counter Spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
We head out to San Francisco, California. An episode of Have Gun Will Travel starring John Dehner as Paladin from April 24th, 1960. This episode entitled Irish Luck.
You have me confused, O'Bannon, but don't bother to explain now. Ride out of here before that mob decides to hang you.
Have Gun Will Travel. Starring Mr. John Dehner as Paladin. San Francisco, 1875. The Carlton Hotel, headquarters of a man called Paladin.
Come in.
Good morning, Mr. Paladin.
Good morning, Miss Wong.
You want Missy Wong help you pack?
Oh, thanks. I don't think so. I'm traveling light this trip. I'll be riding through some pretty rough country.
Oh, where you go?
I'm doing a job for an insurance company, Miss Wong. They're concerned about their losses, want me to survey the freight routes up through the north and check with the express offices along the way. There, that does it. Hey, boy told me that you and he were going out in the town last night.
Oh, yes. Hey, boy, take Missy Wong to see very fine stage play.
What did you see?
Oh, my. There was a little girl named Topsy.
Oh, Topsy, yes.
Topsy, yes. And a little girl named Eva.
Yes?
A nice old man named Mr. Uncle Tom.
Mr. Uncle Tom.
Mr. Uncle Tom, Mr. You know what, Mr. Paladin? Poor Mr. Uncle Tom, he...
I understand, Miss Wong.
A little girl named Eva, she... Oh, Mr. Paladin, we have such a good time.
The towns along my route were scattered, and the distances were great. I had reached northern Nevada, and I was following a trail that wound its way over a rugged mountain pass. The trail had been chipped from a rocky cliff, which rose straight up on one side, and then took a sheer drop of several hundred feet on the other. When I reached the top and started down toward the Humboldt River Valley, I saw a man ahead of me. He was riding lazy, guiding his horse carefully, when suddenly, on a sharp turn, the animal seemed to spook, fold up, and in the next instant was jogging down the path with an empty saddle. Well, I couldn't travel any faster. I could only hope that when I reached the spot where the man had gone over the edge, I'd find him alive. Hey, down there. Can you hear me?
Yes, man, and it's a fine sound to be sure.
Are you all right?
Oh, I'm fine. Until this bit of a tree stump I'm hanging to gives way.
You got any kind of foothold down there?
Some.
I've got a rope up here. Hold on, I'll get it to you.
Oh, that's fine, sir.
Oh, now. Easy, boy. Now stand. All right. Here she goes. You got it?
I got it.
I tied it around your waist.
Yes, sir.
Let me know when you're ready. I'll start hauling.
Yes, I'm trying.
Good.
Ah, there. Huh. Ready now.
All right. Here we go.
You hold it, man.
What? What's the trouble?
Why, would you give us a bit of slack on that rope, will you now? It's the present for Katie.
What's that?
Katie's present. It fell out of my pocket. I can reach it if you give me a bit of slack.
How's that?
Oh, that's fine, sir. Right, haul away, my hearty.
It's grateful. Grateful I am to you, sir. O'Bannon's me name, sir. Red, they call me, and I needn't be telling you why. And, when I catch me breath, I have a few words to say about that no good, cussed, not-headed horse that twice in a month has set me down without even so much as a by your leave.
Never mind the horse. We better check you for broken bones.
Oh, no, sir, no. Bannon's a tough one, though I am. Hurting a bit in a few places, but praise be, Katie's present is safe.
Katie's present?
Would you be after knowing what day this is, sir?
Well, yes, it's Thursday.
That's right, in March the 17th, and that, of course, is St. Patrick's Day, but more than that, it's the birthday of me darling Katie.
Your wife?
Yes, sir, like a man, I'm afraid I was after forgetting the occasion, until Katie, like a woman, dropped a hint here and there, so I had to saddle up and ride into town to buy her a gewgaw.
Well, we better get started down the trail. You go ride my horse and I'll walk.
Oh, now, a fine thing that'd be. To thank a man for saving me life by taking the horse out from under him. No, sir, O'Bannon will walk. A good walk will take kinks out of me.
It was almost sundown before we reached the O'Bannon farmhouse. Katie was waiting at the gate. She was tiny and gay and very pretty. And she insisted that I stay to share the birthday celebration. Then it got so late, they both insisted that I stay the night. They were warm, friendly people. And when I left the next morning, it was with the promise to see them on my way back. My business took me on into Idaho, and it was nearly 2 months before I passed through Nevada again. The last stop on my route was the town of Toana, only 20 miles from the O'Bannon place. I checked into a hotel, then started for the Horseshoe Saloon.
You ain't gonna get a drink in there, mister.
Oh, why not?
We're holding a trial in there today.
Trial?
Gonna start as soon as the judge gets here. Once it starts, won't last long.
Open and shut case.
I just kept watching. I knew I'd see the fella again someday.
Who's that?
Fella on trial. Robbed my stage, killed my shotgun rider. I got a good look at him. I knew I'd spot him again, and I did. Over in Lander County. Sheriff brought him in. You gonna visit the trial?
No, I have business at the freight office. Just thought I'd have a drink first.
We'll fix him. Dirty killer. Fellow name of O'Bannon.
O'Bannon?
Know him?
Well, I'm acquainted with an O'Bannon up this way, but I'm sure it isn't the same one.
Well, we're gonna fix him. Quick and good.
April 24th, 1960, Have Gun Will Travel on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Hi, this is Kyle Horvath with the White Pine County Tourism and Recreation Board. If you want to get away from the big cities and get back to nature this summer, give us a call at 775-289-3720 or visit us online at elinevada.net. There's so much to do and see I can't mention it in 30 seconds, but check out our website and you'll see what Nevada is really all about. elinevada.net or follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Give us a call at 775-289-3720 or visit us online at elinevada.net.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save the typical family $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The customer satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. MediShare works. It's been around for more than a quarter century, and members have shared more than $3 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of Have Gun Will Travel, The Irish Luck, April 24th, 1960.
had started down the street to the Tijuana freight office when I saw the sheriff bringing the prisoner from the jail. It was hard to believe. But the O'Bannon on trial was my red-haired friend of the mountain trail. He didn't glance in my direction. But I decided to postpone my business and visit the trial after all. What the court convened in the Horseshoe Saloon lacked in formality, it made up for in its obvious zeal to fix him quick and good. Circuit Judge Charlie Cagle called the court to order, and Wes Barker took the stand.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Sit down.
Well, there he sits, Judge. Right there.
Now, please, Mr. Barker, not so fast. I want you to tell us just what happened.
Well, the coach wasn't running just on schedule that day. We didn't have no passengers. But we had some important freight to carry.
Valuable freight?
Gold. The shipment wasn't ready on our regular time to leave, so we waited for it.
And when was this?
Oh, 2 months ago.
You remember what day exactly?
Sure. It was March 17th. We just got a ways out of town, about sundown it was, when this man right here, he busts out in the road and flags us down, yells, "This is a holdup." He got a gun right in my face. Now, Joe Pinelli rode shotgun with me for 6 years. He knew when to throw down on a holdup man, when not to. Joe didn't throw down on this fella, but he plugged him anyway. Got a shot off at me, too, but he just nicked me.
He took the gold?
What he could carry. And I got a good look at him. And last month, when I seen him over in Lander County, I recognized him and told the sheriff. That's him sitting right there.
Yeah, I guess that'll be all, Mr. Parker.
Judge Cagle, Your Honor.
Yes. Say, don't I know you?
I think so. My name is Paladin.
Sure. What can I do for you, Mr. Paladin?
I'd like to be sworn in, Your Honor. A man's life is at stake here, and I just don't understand it. There's something terribly wrong.
Yeah, come on up here.
Thank you.
All right, let's keep it quiet now. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Sit down.
Judge, if this murder and holdup occurred on March 17th, about sundown, the man sitting here, O'Bannon, can't be guilty.
Quiet down. Let's keep order. Why do you say that?
Because I was with O'Bannon on March 17th, at that time. And he was over 40 miles from here.
Let's have order, please. Well, now, you better tell us the whole story. Start from the beginning, Mr. Paladin. All right, case dismissed. That's all for today.
Mister?
Yeah.
I can't figure what your game is, but you sure didn't make yourself any friends here.
Look, I'm sorry, Barker. I told the truth.
Yeah. You might have put a reasonable doubt in the judge's mind, but I know better.
You said yourself it was almost sundown when the holdup occurred, and it must have all happened pretty fast. You could be mistaken, you know.
No mistake. I saw O'Bannon kill my shotgun rider. Joe had a lot of friends. If the law ain't gonna take care of the man that murdered him, maybe his friends will have to.
That's mighty careless talk, Barker.
Look at that. Sheriff's turning him loose. That dirty killer walking out of town a free man when he ought to be hanging on the end of a rope right now. And we can thank you for butting in with your big lying mouth.
I didn't lie.
I know better. Now, like I say, I don't know what your game is, but it ain't over yet. Here comes your friend. He ain't seen the last of this, you can tell him.
Hey, O'Bannon.
Oh, hello, friend.
O'Bannon, you better get out of here.
Well, thanks, and what do I owe you?
What do you mean?
Well, one good turn deserves another. What can I do for you? What do you want?
Well, I don't want anything. I had to tell the truth.
Truth? Mister, you never saw me before in your life, and you know it.
Listen, if it's some sort of a joke, I don't appreciate it, and I'm afraid this is no time for questions and answers. These people watching us, they're in an ugly mood.
They don't waste any love on me, do they?
They're dangerous. I've seen it happen too many times. You better get out of town as fast as you can.
Oh, but I intend to. I have my plans all made. And thanks again, friend, for your pretty lies.
You have me real confused, O'Bannon. But I'll expect some answers for this, and they better be good. I'll ride out to your place tomorrow.
My place?
All right, just get going, O'Bannon.
Oh, sure.
There it goes. Oh, Paladin.
What?
You'll find me at North Fork.
I watched O'Bannon walk away, trying in my mind to make some kind of sense out of the whole thing. His last remark was easily heard by the people left in the courtroom, and with the mood that crowd was in, he might just as well have been sending out invitations to his own lynching. There was no question about it. If he really intended to show up in North Fork, he'd have a lot of angry men waiting for him. As soon as I had finished my business the next day, I headed out of town in the direction of the O'Bannon farmhouse. I wanted to see Katie. As I rode up to the house, I noticed a winded, lathered horse ground-tied in the front yard. Ooh.
No, Katie!
You black-hearted devil!
Hey.
Stand back!
Don't!
Stand by, I say!
Hey, Katie! Katie!
Paladin.
What have you done? O'Bannon. O'Bannon. He's dead.
God have mercy on me.
Give me the gun.
It had to be done.
I don't understand this, Katie. Your own husband...
No, not my husband, not Red. It is Liam O'Bannon lies there.
Liam?
Born of the same mother within the same hour. And on the outside as alike as two peas in a pod, my man and Liam. But inside, one is black and one is white.
No, wait a minute, Katie. You mean this man is your husband's twin brother?
Yes. But my O'Bannon is the daylight. And this one, the dark, possessed of the evil ones he was. I knew it then, when the two came courting and it was Red I chose to marry.
What was Liam doing here?
It was after forcing me to leave this place with him. With wicked words of how he had sent my O'Bannon riding off to his death.
Off to it. Katie, where's Red?
Gone to answer the call of Liam, as he always has, should Liam so much as crook his little finger. One of Liam's rogues that travelled with him came early this morning with a message.
What was the message?
That Red should ride to North Fork.
North Fork?
And wait until Liam should meet him there. But Liam came here instead to take me off with him.
Katie, it just might be that Red is riding to his death. How long ago did he start?
Oh, some time now.
I'll have to go after him. Katie, will you get me a blanket?
Oh, yes.
I'm afraid Liam must ride with me. As the crow flies, North Fork wasn't far. But the trail over the mountain was narrow and winding, and travel was slow. With the head start Red had, it was a chancy thing whether I could reach there in time to save him from the trap he was riding into. It was late in the day when I saw the little town just ahead.
All right, mister, that's far enough.
Parker.
Drop your gun.
I've got something to tell you.
We had to listen to you once before. We're done listening now. Drop the gun. Mister, we ain't gonna take any interference this time. I told you it's up to us now to take care of the man who killed our friend Joe Pinelli. We're waiting for him.
You mean he hasn't shown up yet?
No, but we'll get him.
Well, you won't have to wait any longer. The man you want is riding my second horse, wrapped in that blanket.
What are you talking about?
See for yourself.
It's him, all right. What happened?
Doesn't matter. The death of your friend Joe Pinelli has been avenged, Barker. An eye for an eye. That's what you wanted, isn't it? So now I trust you'll give Liam O'Bannon a suitable burial. Then I started back down the mountain trail. Whatever had delayed Red O'Bannon's trip to North Fork had saved his life. But I became more and more concerned as to what had happened to him. I reached the end of the rocky ledge, and there, off to the right, in a grassy meadow, was a horse that looked somehow familiar. He was nibbling grass and wearing an empty saddle. I turned around and went back up the trail.
Hey, Red! Red O'Bannon! Hey! Hey, Red! Like the voice of an angel.
Ooh. Red?
Yes.
Red, you all right?
For the time being. Yeah, Paladin.
Yeah.
That no good, cussed, knot-headed horse, he did it again.
Yeah, well, you can be mighty grateful to that no-good, cussed, knot-headed horse.
What's that?
Never mind. I'll get the rope.
Have Gun Will Travel. Created by Herb Meadow and Sam Rolfe, is produced and directed in Hollywood by Frank Paris and stars John Dehner as Paladin with Virginia Gregg as Miss Wong. Tonight's story was specially written for Have Gun Will Travel by Ann Dowd. Specially featured in the cast was Ben Wright with Harry Bartell, Jack Moyles, and Gene Bates. This is Hugh Douglas inviting you to join us again next week when CBS Radio presents Have Gun Will Travel.
April 24th, 1960, Have Gun Will Travel here on Classic Radio Theater. Since most of the stuff that we enjoy listening to fell on mostly Sundays, that's what you're going to hear today, another show from April 24th, 1960, a half-hour rendition of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, The Silver Queen Matter. And Meg makes an appearance again as she's back opening another cafe. We'll hear about that following these important words.
No offense, but are you a little fat when you look in the mirror? How would you like to learn the secrets to lose 3 to 5 pounds a week easily without joining the gym or going through any crazy diets? It's called Body Sculpt by Med Diet. For the last 2 decades, we've been helping people just like you that have pounds they want to shed. We've helped millions of people lose thousands and thousands of pounds over the years. And now it's your turn. Learn the secrets of how to lose weight with one simple phone call. You'll see an amazing difference in a matter of days. Don't believe us? We'll offer you a money-back guarantee. If you're ready to start losing weight right now, call right now to learn more about your risk-free order to Body Sculpt.
Call for your risk-free offer. 800-738-5332. 800-738-5332. 800-738-5332. That's 800-738-5332.
Are you in bad pain? You know what I mean. Your knees hurt. Your shoulder hurts. Your elbow and back are constantly killing you. And I'm sure you've tried every pain pill or cream available at the drugstore. Am I right? Well, here's something you haven't tried. Pain Magic. Pain Magic is not available at any drugstore. The only place you can get it is by calling the special toll-free number I'm about to give you.
And to make things even better, call right now and find out about our buy one, get one free offer. We're so confident it'll work for you that we offer a free bottle with your purchase. No prescription required.
Call now to learn how you can get Pain Magic and get rid of your pain. Remember, your results may vary.
800-492-8164. 800-492-8164. 800-492-8164. That's 800-492-8164.
You're listening to Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. You may remember in the September 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28 episodes of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, the quarter-hour shows, you heard the Meg's Palace Matter, and you heard about Meg. Well, Meg's back in an episode of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, the half-hour shows, and the Silver Queen Matter, April 24th, 1960.
Johnny Dollar.
Byron Kay, Intercoastal Maritime and Life.
Why? How are things in dear old Boston?
Here in Boston, fine.
But Cod Harbor is something else again.
Cod Harbor?
It's a little fishing village up north of here, up near Gloucester.
Yeah, I know. I handled a case up there a couple of years ago.
Oh, yes, that's right.
It was for Meg McCarthy, a big, blousy, brawling old gal who ran a joint she called Meg's Palace.
Well, it's Meg McCarthy.
After that dingy dive she was running burned down, she took the insurance money and moved away.
Johnny, listen. It was Meg McCarthy who called me.
Oh?
Yes. Insisted that I have you go up there and see her right away.
Well, she's back in Cod Harbor?
And running another restaurant and rooming house. We wrote the insurance on it.
What's happened up there?
All she'd tell me was that if you didn't show up in a big fat hurry, she'd cancel out on us. So what do you think?
I'll tell you this. Meg is used to handling things pretty much by herself. I mean, she wouldn't have called for help unless there's something pretty serious going on. The last time, it turned out to be a murder.
I know.
So if you're willing to pay my expenses...
Go do it, Johnny.
Right.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Intercoastal Maritime and Life Insurance Company, Boston office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Silver Queen matter. Cod Harbor is on the coast up near the famous old town of Gloucester, Mass. Transportation facilities are practically nil, so I decided to go up there in my own car. Item 1 in the old expense account then is $4.95 for gas, and having got an early start, I arrived there shortly after noon. Yeah, it's quite a colorful spot, Cod Harbor, if you could somehow manage to lose your sense of smell. Or maybe if you were an artist bent on painting a picturesque waterfront. The residential section on a low hill a couple of 100 yards back from the beach consisted of a scattering of weather-beaten shacks. On the long wharf at the water's edge was an ice plant, a packing house, and a ship's chandler. At the end of the wharf, the disreputable-looking cafe and boarding house known as Meg's Palace. Alongside the piers that stuck out into the harbor were the really important part of the village, the fishing boats. There were schooners dating back to the last century and still carrying sail. There were power boats in all shapes and sizes, from 18-foot outboards to 80-foot diesel jobs. All of them used for only one thing, fishing the banks far out in the Atlantic with seines and trawls and trot lines. I walked on over to Meg's Palace, wondering how much the old gal had changed since I saw her last. You know something? Meg McCarthy hadn't changed one bit.
And you just listen here now to me, you lop-eared blood.
Hey, put down that blaster skin and leave me explain.
Explain, huh? Just on account of you and that scurvy crew of swabs on that stinking tub of yours made a decent catch for once. It's no good excuse for coming over here to get drunk all over me, lovely place.
Ah, you crazy old biddy, will you listen to me?
No!
But I tell you, I'll pay you the money. I'll pay you double for them few dishes and the broken-down table they busted up on you.
And I tell you to keep your dirty, offensive money to yourself, Captain Andy, and get out of here and never come back. Now get!
Meg, put down that frying pan.
That's right square on the top of your filthy head, I'll lay it.
No, Meg,
Now get, before I lose this me temper and forget I'm a lady. You hear me?
I tell
this.
you, Meg, if you start throwing them things at me, I go
down. Back on here, and you stay out of here. If you hit me, I'll kill how you from stem to stem.
All right. I'm leaving there as fast as I can. Leave me out of this here now, madhouse.
Ha! Now maybe we'll have some peace and quiet around here. Hey, now who are you standing there in the shadows? Get out!
All right, Meg, just knock it off.
Oh, knock it off, is it? Well, I'll show you sneaking in here like a... Oh, it's me love, me darling, me sweetheart, me Johnny boy.
Yeah, hiya, Meg. Still throwing your weight around, huh?
Ah, darling. They're like a brood of crazy, troublesome kids, they are, the men that puts to sea. And it loves every blinking, bloomin', worthless one of them.
Oh, you do, huh?
Well, of course I do. That's why I make them toe the mark the way I does. Somebody's got to love them and mother them and keep them in line. Especially Captain Andy.
The man who just left?
That's the one I mean. Oh, come now. Come sit down and have a cup of this here delicious coffee I just brewed up in the pot.
Yeah, sure, why not?
It'll put some hair on your chest and build up your strength on a cutty. You'll be needing it.
Ah?
That is, if that Marty Silver finds out you're up and around these parts.
Marty Silver?
Sure, and he owns the Silver Queen, that leaky old tub that sits down alongside pier number 7. But here now, have yourself a cup of this nice, aromatical, hot, strong coffee.
Yeah, thanks. Holy, what are you trying to do, murder me?
Hey?
Good grief.
Well, now, just a minute, me fine young, fair-feathered friend. Is it just snide and despairing remarks you'll be making about me lovely coffee,
You
is
call it rat poison coffee?
I'm most certain. Now, just you look here, you hairy-brained young
Oh,
incompetent.
no wonder there's trouble up here in Cod Harbor.
Oh, is that so? Well, if you think I'm going to let you sit here and make degrading remarks about me cooking...
Okay, Meg, okay. Stop waving that coffee pot and settle down.
Just you listen, you swab-headed young
Forget
whisker
it,
snapper.
will you? Pipe down. Quiet, will you? Now, sit down.
Yes, darling.
Okay.
Oh, Johnny. Johnny, you reminds me so of me dear, dead, departed, overbearing husband when you talks up to me like that.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
And I tell you, if I was a few years younger and maybe a mite prettier looking in the face, oh, I tell you, there wouldn't dare another girl so much as set her eyes on to you. Oh, that's true, Johnny.
Okay, Meg. But now what about this Marty Silver?
Captain Marty Silver, he calls himself. And he sailed in here a few days ago from up to Gloucester, he says, in that tub he calls the Silver Queen. Says he wants to sell the old wreck.
Aye, and that he will, Maggie.
And who invited you in here again, Captain Andy?
There's already 2 or 3 suckers bidding up to buy the old wreck from him. He's pushing them hard to make a sale, he is.
Then Andrew P. Hogginham, you keep them from buying it until Johnny Dollar here gets through his investigation.
Investigating?
Well, now, where's your manners? Shake hands with him. This here's Mr. Johnny Dollar, me lover boy from way back.
Hiya, Captain.
Lover boy? Him? That pasty-faced landlubber legend?
Just you mind your manners, Andy, and get out here and don't let none of them boys buy the Silver Queen. Not yet.
Now, look here, Meg.
Go on with you. Or do I got to throw you out again?
Well, whatever you say, Meg. But I warn you, woman, if you're being untrue to me in favor of this here Johnny Dollar...
Ain't he handsome, Johnny boy? And we don't make it generally known, but Captain Andy is me very own fiancé.
No.
Yes, sir.
And all this time I thought you only had eyes for me.
Oh, well, now, Johnny...
Okay. Now just tell me about this Captain Marty Silver.
Well, now, listen, darling. If Marty Silver finds out that I sent for you, if he finds out you're here to investigate him...
Investigating for what? Come on, Meg, you're beating around the bush.
Oh, it's because I hate the word. Because I'm afeard of it.
What word?
Murder.
Oh, well, I can't say that I... What?
Yes, Johnny. Murder.
April 24th, 1960. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Are you suffering with arthritis or osteoporosis? Do you have diabetes? Did you know that these are just 2 of the hundreds of diseases that have seen improvement with Dr. Wallach's incredible longevity products? You can't get them at a health food store. The only way to get them is to call us at 800-214-0065. That's 800-214-0065. Do you have heart disease, fibromyalgia, or high blood pressure? Do you have a terrible time losing weight? Dr. Wallach can help. He was a veterinarian and cured diseases in animals. He felt that he could do the same for humans, so he became a physician. Over 50 years of research and helping people like you goes into every bottle of Dr. Wallach's amazing discoveries. Do you want to feel better? Learn how to treat the cause of your problem rather than covering up the symptoms with drugs. Call 800-214-0065. That's 800-214-0065.
I wish I had more time to say wonderful things about Virginia Gregg, who plays Meg here. She did so many great radio roles, but time's going to get us here. The Silver Queen matter. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, April 14th, 1960 on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
You're accusing this Captain Marty Silver of murder?
I'm accusing him of preparing murder. That's why me and Captain Andy's been keeping the eye onto him.
Well, just keep talking, man.
Down from Gloucester it was. He said he'd come. But I telephoned my old friend, Captain Lavery, up there.
And?
Tom Lavery said he never heard of him.
Oh, well, now, look,
And
that's...
Tom has been living up there since every time in memoriam. Never heard of any Captain Marty Silver. So I says to myself, says I, if Captain Marty ever was there, he was using another name and maybe on forged papers.
When I thought I had a suspicious mind.
So then last night, I takes a real good look at his boat. The way the name was painted onto it. No wonder it was all fresh paint.
Yeah?
The count of the name before he painted over it was the Arctic Queen.
Well, so what's wrong with changing the name of his boat?
So I phoned up Captain Tom again, and you know what he told me?
What, Meg?
It was the Arctic Queen was supposed to have disappeared in a storm up there not 3 weeks before with the loss of all hands on board, consisting of only 2.
Go on.
Them 2 was the skipper and the deckhand by the name of Marty Flagg.
So you figure that Marty Flagg and Marty Silver are one and the same?
That I do.
And that somehow, under cover of the storm, he did away with the skipper of the Arctic Queen. Then he changed the name to Silver Queen and brought her down here to sell her.
Dearie, that's exactly what I figured.
And you could be right. Now, look, if his papers are forged, and that includes the registration on his boat...
Oh, many's the time it's been done, Johnny boy, and you knows it.
That a phone booth I saw outside the front door?
What it is, but what for?
I'm going to check with the Coast Guard up in Gloucester. They'll know in a minute if they have a registration in the name of... Oh, now, wait.
Yes, dearie.
Let's assume that he did kill the skipper of the Arctic Queen.
Well, of course he did.
Now, you and this Captain Andy think he's going to commit another murder?
Yes.
Here in Cod Harbor?
Yes.
Another skipper in order to get his hands on another, better boat?
Oh, lover.
All right, then who?
Me.
What? You?
Yes.
But why?
Because he knows I've been suspicious of him. That I've been keeping tabs on to him. And I think he's seen me when I was poking around his boat last night.
Oh, no. Wait, Meg. That's not reason enough to think he might want to murder you.
Oh, it ain't it?
All right, I'll keep an eye on him just to make sure.
Oh, just to make sure, is it?
Meantime, I'll check with the Coast Guard in Gloucester.
Just to make sure he does want to murder me by letting him do it. Is that it now?
Meg.
Yes, well...
Well, if I can prove his boat is the one supposed to have been lost at sea, and if his registry and papers are forged, okay, then the Coast Guard can come down here and take care of him. Meantime...
What? But what about me?
Meg, look, I think you're getting all worked up over nothing. Nevertheless...
Oh, lovely life at the stake, and you pass it off.
Now,
You
Meg,
pass it off like I was nothing the more than that.
Well,
And I thought you was me friend, and me beneficiary, and that you cared a little about what
Listen,
might
will you
happen.
please-
But no, you like everything else of the male sex that wears the hat.
Oh, now,
if
just
a
a
person
minute.
don't have a pretty leg or a pretty face full of powder and rouge, and her hair full of peroxide blonde...
That's not
and
true.
you...
Meg,
Oh,
will you shut up a minute? Now, if you just let me finish.
Yes, Mr. Dollar. I'll shut up me ugly old mouth. I'll smother me grief and me poor old broken heart.
Look, listen. So maybe Marty Silvers is suspicious of you. Maybe he is the crook, the killer you think he is. And maybe he will try to get at you. So look, I'll make sure nothing happens to you until I can get this other stuff straightened out.
Oh, Lord love you, darling. I knew that you wouldn't let down poor old me.
Yeah, so why don't you go back in the kitchen and fix me something to eat?
Oh, Johnny, love, it'll be the finest supper you ever put your teeth in.
Good. Only after I've called the Coast Guard, I'll come back here, and I'll make the coffee to go with it. See you later.
No, just a minute.
Yeah, now what?
If you're trying to make some more cracks about me coffee, Johnny, darling.
Meg, put down that platter.
I'll put it down, all right, you bug-eyed young. Get out of here. Get!
Meg, you are a lousy shot.
Oh, I am. Am I? Yep. Oh, God love that boy.
My call to the Coast Guard proved that Meg was right, 100%. They'd never heard of a Captain Marty Silver, had no record of him whatsoever. As for the boat, well, it was pretty obvious now that he must have killed the skipper of it in order to steal it, bring it down here to sell. I promised them that I'd do nothing to alarm Silver to scare him away, but that I would keep tabs on him until they could come down here and arrest him. But I had to break that promise because of what happened exactly 2 minutes later. Yeah, right after I hung up that phone. I left the outside phone booth and walked back into Meg's Palace Cafe. It was still cluttered with the pots and pans and crockery that she loved to throw at anyone who happened to disagree with her. In this case, it was Captain Andy and me, her lover boys. I heard a lot of activity off in the kitchen where she'd promised to cook me something to eat, and I hoped she'd hurry because I was hungry. But then I heard a door slam somewhere in the back and footsteps on the boardwalk that I knew led down to the piers. I wondered if she changed her mind about fixing that meal for me. But when I got to the kitchen... Meg, what's happened? What happened here?
Oh, Johnny boy. Thank heaven you got here and scared him away.
Who?
If he hadn't heard you coming in the front, he would have killed me for sure.
Marty Silver.
Oh, he must have been hiding away here in the kitchen. He must have heard everything me and you were saying about him.
All right, here now. Let me help you up in this chair.
It's all right, darling. I think I can make it. But when I get a hold of that...
There you are. But I thought Captain Andy said that Silvers was down at the dock trying to sell that boat. Hey, wait, listen. Stay right here, Meg, while I get in the back of that door.
What? What is that?
Out of my way, Dollar. Meg, I just seen Monty Silver coming up. Meg, who done this to you?
Marty Silver, Captain.
I'll kill him for this. Oh, Meg, me pet, are you all right?
Yes, I'm all right. But where was you when Marty Silver come in here and attacked me?
Like you told me to. I went back to the dock to keep an eye on him.
He was right here in the kitchen. And when I went out to phone the Coast Guard...
Oh, Maggie, darling, did he hurt you bad?
I told you I'm all right. But if Johnny hadn't come back in here...
Oh, I'll kill that dirty
Hey,
rotten...
Captain, you said you saw him leaving here.
That I did.
Where'd he go?
Down to the dock, to the Silver Queen.
Well, he may have ideas for taking off, getting away from here.
Well, of course, you barnacle-brained pair of... Look!
What?
Look there, out of the window.
Yeah, you're right.
Of course I'm right. That's the Silver Queen headed out to sea.
Come on, Captain Andy, we're going after him.
But he's got a start on us, a head start. And with the darkness and night coming on...
Well, standing here talking about it won't get us anywhere. Come on. We cast off and made for the open sea, because far out ahead of us we could spot the running lights of the Silver Queen. Andy put her on full power, and slowly the lights of Cod Harbor disappeared astern of us. I stood alone up at the bow, staring into the blackness of the night.
You keep your eye on those running lights, Johnny. We lose them, we lose the Silver Queen.
I think we're gaining on them, all right. Not very fast.
Don't worry, boy. There's nothing out of Cod Harbor can outrun this boat of mine.
Anything you can do to give us some more power?
No. Oh, yes. There, maybe it is. Come on back here, Johnny. Take the wheel.
All right, you are.
You see him? You see his lights from here, all right?
Yeah, I see him.
And then you take the wheel.
All right, I got it. Now, what are you going to do?
I'm going to lift this engine cover and... There. Now, I'll get to this carburetor and see if I can keep her wide open, Johnny.
That she is. Oh, let's slow this down.
Just keep an eye on the Silver Queen.
Good, that's it.
That's the best I can do with it. I'll take the wheel now. We'll get back up forward.
Aye, sir. As we slowly but surely pulled up on her, I could see the vague shape of Captain Marty Silver at the wheel. I could see him turn and look back at us now and then. Just a few more minutes and we'd overtake the Queen. But if Silver had a gun, I eased my .38 out of the holster, made sure I had a full load, just in case. And then it suddenly occurred to me that if he could see us and our lights were far brighter than those of the Queen. I went on back to Captain Andy at the wheel.
Keep going along now, Johnny boy.
Hey, where's the switch to the cabin lights?
Yes?
If Silver is armed, then when we get up close to him, he'll be able to pick us off like ducks in a shooting gallery.
You're right. The switch is right there inside the... No, look. Silver has turned them off. Turned off all these lights. We lose him, we'll never catch him now.
Won't we? Doesn't the spotlight work?
Sure it does. Turn it on. I'll put up the other light.
Good. Hey, where's the switch for this spotlight?
Here. Running lights. Now the cabin lights.
The switch, Captain.
Now we're just as black as...
The switch for the... Oh, here it is.
Now swing that lighter on, Johnny, so you cover the whole horizon with it.
Right.
When you get it on him, I'll... What's that?
It's coming about. He's going to run us down.
I see.
Shove the wheel hard to port. Give it a gas.
I am. If he's got us in the turn, we're losing way.
Come on, faster, Captain.
As soon as we get back on the straight course, keep the searchlight on him, square in his face. Maybe you can find him.
Maybe, if I'm lucky, with my other hand.
No, we'll never make it, boy. We'll never make it.
Now, hold it steady.
But he'll ram us right across the
Hold it steady.
But, Johnny, don't you see? You hit him. He's hurt.
Yeah. Now, more power, Andy.
He's let go of the wheel. Hey, he's reaching for the gun. Maybe the Queen will well away from
power, I tell you. Full power.
Oh, no, we're too late. Too late.
Well, I suppose I ought to make some crack about it being a long swim back to Cod Harbor. But I won't because it wasn't. The Silver Queen sank like a rock, and with the help of the spotlight, we finally managed to find and pick up the body of Marty Silver. Then, with both Andy and me bailing like mad, we slowly limped on back to port. And that's about it. Expense account total, including room and board at Meg's Palace and another tank full of gas, $58.35. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Virginia Gregg, Olin Soleil, and Ralph Moody joining yours truly, Johnny Dollar Star, a friend Bob Bailey here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Visit our webpage, classicradio.stream, where you can stream our shows on demand, in addition to iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcast, Amazon, or Facebook. Just search Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Please thank this radio station, support their advertisers, and tell your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.